Hey everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea time. So, first bit of news, Foxden Beta. No further updates on that just yet. The deadline for when we were supposed to find out exactly what's going on with all these multiple contracts and such has passed, so now it moves to the litigation section, which is to say somebody's getting hella screwed, because we signed a... well, let me see. First, the owners signed a contract with the auction house, who then signed a contract with us, and then they signed it with somebody else. This is the sequence that we understand, is that last contract is what's breaking him, is what's making everything go really weird. And it was signed after all of the ones related to us. So in theory, we still own the place, but we can't actually get the keys until they sort out if we own the place, because many contracts broken. The other part is sort of a bit more unfortunate, the news here. On Friday, my grandmother had a heart attack. True to a lot of my family, she survived it quite happily, but it was terrifying. She has ended up in a hospital that's literally like less than 20 minutes on a bus away from me. Not exactly grand for my finances, but cheap enough. And she is ostensibly there until today, but she quite probably will stay there for the rest of this week as well. I have been trying to visit her as frequently as I can in between live streams and getting stuff done. I know there's already going to be a bunch of people in the comments telling me that I should just take my time off and do whatever with, whatever I need to with this particular situation. But if you have not been watching the vlogs for a terribly long period of time, you might have missed that this is the same grandmother who is currently suffering from cancer. Again. So, for a lot of us in the family, this is pretty much just the clock ticking down. So I'm coping how I can, which in a lot of cases is throwing myself into work, which I'm trying to do so in a fashion that does not make people worried about my own well-being for doing so. But yeah, I'm distracting myself, and it sucks a lot, but I'm hoping she manages to make it to Christmas. I mean, a far-flung idea that she makes it another 20 years, but I don't think anyone's expecting that right now. But yeah. So that's happening. Not really else much to say there. But yes, so we hit the breaking even donation goal on the streams, so I'm not like driving a massive spike into my finances right now. Doesn't mean I'm flush with cash, it just means I can pay all my bills satisfactorily. But hopefully I can at least be there while she's there. Yeah, I'll be seeing her again, I think the day you guys see this, possibly another couple of times this week, and if she's still there next week, which I hope not in a positive form, I should say that's not comma in a positive form, then I'll probably be seeing her then as well, because I don't get I haven't had many opportunities to see my grandmother, because alternatively, like, usually she's like half an hour away by train, and then another half hour by foot to get from the train station to her house, so it's usually quite out of the way for me. But here she is less than 20 minutes away, and I have every single reason to go and see her, so I'm making the most I can of it. But I'm rambling now, because, yeah, this is kind of big, and there's not really many ways to articulate this, so that's where I am. Let's move to the schedule, shall we? On Thursday night, 11 PM BST, we have some more Midnight with Dead by Daylight. Then on Saturday at 9 PM BST, we have the carousel, spinning the wheel to find out what we're going to be playing. And lastly for the week, on Tuesday at 9 PM BST, we have Building Blocks, working a little bit more on the limbs. And on to the questions, so as always, there's a drawing from the comments section of the preceding vlog. If you have anything to ask me, comment down below, we'll see if it gets answered. Our first question of the week comes from Nick Matt. Why won't you let me make video announcements in Discord? Because you, Nick, do not have access to the announcements channel, and that's where they belong. So you usually just end up shoving video links in Central. Adnara Stormcloud asks, which line would you trust with the ability to travel backwards in time one day? Genuinely nobody. Probably not even me most days. And lastly, Chronicler Wolfram asks, what advice would you give to someone starting to make YouTube content? Ooh, there's a lot of like technical details I could maybe expound on, but the number one thing I think is expect absolutely nothing for the longest time, because the holy algorithm will give you basically nothing ever. It's built to make Google and YouTube money, and it fails at that most of the time as well, so don't rely on the system to help you at all. And also don't rely on view counts or sub counts or whatever for your encouragement. This has to be something that you can get into as a hobby and actually enjoy just doing. It's not something that you should get into with the expectation of it being amazing and making you tons of money and famous and whatnot, but if it does down the road, then sweet, but that's not something that you should rely on. If you get into this industry hoping to succeed, you are most likely going to be disappointed and demoralized very, very quickly, and you need to understand going into it that fame is not a guarantee thing, and also, like, success is not a guarantee thing. You need to enjoy doing this because you're doing it rather than what you're getting back from it, because it's going to be very, very small for quite a long while. Almost everyone surviving long-term here, your big-name YouTubers, none of whom I will name, pretty much survive long-term on YouTube by virtue of being as big as they are, and they got as big as they are more often than not by just being very lucky one way or another, including me. I wouldn't consider myself a huge name YouTube star, but I got lucky, and that's how I ended up where I am now. Just, like, crossed paths with some people, and that culminated in me having sufficient fandom, I guess would be the phrase here, to support myself. Which is a blessed lifestyle, I have to say. It's not without its challenges, certainly, but yeah, just go at it at your own pace for your own enjoyment. Don't go into it as an economic exercise, shall we say. That's my major advice. And that is it for this week. So, hope you've all enjoyed. So apologies if I'm a little rambly. I might need more caffeine, or it might just be everything that's going on right now. I don't know how many more videos are going to be coming out this next week, because things going on. I'm going to try and get some more out, we'll see. And other than that, I'll see you at the live streams. So, catch you all next time.